Today I'll be showing you 5 seeds with bamboo jungle either at spawn or very nearby. If there are any other biomes you would like to see some seeds for, please leave a comment below. This first seed could be perfect if you're just looking for a simple bamboo forest spawn. If you dig straight down from spawn to about Y-18, you will find a decently sized lush cave, with one geode around 5.5, and a second one up in the ceiling around 46.20. As far as structures go, there is a dungeon around 0.45, a jungle temple around -140.10, as well as a nearby mineshaft around -140.130. Going to the Nether from spawn takes you to the Nether wastes, but there are 2 nearby bastion remnants. The first is around 110.50, and the second is around -170.150. But if you're looking for something a little more interesting, this second seed spawns you in a pool of water surrounded by bamboo and jungle trees. Nearby is a tall bamboo hill which reaches almost to cloud height. It's also technically an island because of the river that separates the bamboo hill from the rest of the nearby land. There are huge holes in the bamboo hill which could be perfect for building a base within the hill. On the other side of the hill there is both old swamp and the new mangrove swamp. The old swamp also contains an azalea tree around 410.50, with a nice sized lush cave below. As for nearby structures, there is buried treasure around 24-120, a mineshaft around 15-185, and a ruined portal around 325.55. Going to the Nether there takes you to a basalt deltas. There is a fortress around 150-50, and a bastion remnant around 220-380. But maybe you want easy access to all 5 nether biomes. In this third seed you spawn in a birch forest, but to the south there is a ridge of sparse jungle. Past the sparse jungle ridge there is a valley with plenty of bamboo jungle. The bamboo jungle valley also contains cave openings, which lead into a lush cave that goes down to deep slate. And within the lush cave you can find a geode around 230-470. Around 80-575 there is more lush cave that also contains a mineshaft. While the closest ancient city is very far away, there are pockets of skulk below the lush cave, such as this pocket around 140-540. So, as long as you can find a catalyst, you should be able to obtain all of the other skulk blocks. However, if you're willing to travel to around -230-1280, there is an ancient city. The city even intersects with a dripstone cave around -370-1240. Going to the Nether from the bamboo jungle takes you to the basalt deltas, with a treasure bastion very nearby around 70-100 in the Nether wastes and soul sand valley. The closest nether fortress is around -300-240. The fortress intersects with both Crimson and Warped Forest, so you have access to all 5 nether biomes close to spawn. But maybe you want an ancient city closer to spawn. Maybe even 2. This fourth seed spawns you in water near some bamboo jungle and sparse jungle. The system of aquifers near spawn is an interesting feature, as well as the cliffs near the bamboo jungle. The cave opening around 50-30 leads down to some lush cave. Also underground, there is a geode at 100-140. But if you keep digging past the geode, you end up on the edge of the first ancient city. On your way back to the surface, there's also a mineshaft above the ancient city around 70-260. Back on the surface, there are some stony peaks across the water from spawn, starting around -290-200. You can find the second ancient city below the stony peaks. As for the rest of the nearby structures, there's a shipwreck around 150, buried treasure at -56-168, and a ruined portal around -480. Going to the Nether there takes you to the Nether wastes with nearby warped forest, basalt deltas, and soul sand valley. The closest bastion remnant is in both soul sand valley and basalt deltas around -230-130. It's always fun seeing bastions in basalt deltas since they're technically not supposed to generate here. In this 5th and final seed, you spawn in some flat plains which are convenient for building. If you head directly east, you should find one oak tree as well as some acacia trees, so you'll have access to those wood types. But the best part of this seed is in the opposite direction towards the west of spawn. There you will find some sparse jungle, which leads into a large bamboo jungle. There are a number of cave openings near spawn. The opening around 0-240 can help you get down to deep slate very quickly. In that same cave, you can find some lush cave around -20-250, as well as a mineshaft around -2-275. In the opposite direction, the cave opens up to this very large open area around 30-200. As for other nearby structures, there is buried treasure around 200-360. an ocean ruin around 180-20, and an ocean monument around 150-70. Making a portal at spawn takes you to the Soul Sand Valley. The closest bastion remnant is around -80, -230. The closest nether fortress is mostly buried, but you can find an exposed entrance around 360, 315 in a crimson forest. I do have an island seed video planned for the near future, so be sure to subscribe if that's something you want to see. And again, if there's another biome you'd like to see some seeds for, please leave a comment below. Until next time, take care.